And those parents waiting to hear word, my goodness.
So,
That's
Lance,
Plaza Towers, right, Lance?
That is correct. We're Plaza
Okay.
Towers, and everything within a square mile of this school has just been decimated by this storm.
Lance, are parents being kept back, or are they working to look for their children?
They are not allowing the parents to get onto the debris pile, obviously way too dangerous. There are down power lines, debris everywhere with nails, gas leaks, things like that. But there are parents who are trying to make it in here. We, fortunately, were able to follow some emergency vehicles and get access, but most of the folks have been stopped about a mile back from the destruction zone.
Have you seen children removed from the debris who have been transported?
We just saw one child, and he's standing now. It looks like he's hugging someone, maybe his parent, but we have only seen one child that has been transported. We have seen other people, other victims transported from here in the backs of pickup trucks. There are some four-wheel drives that are maneuvering in. I'm looking at a Jeep right now that seems to have clearance and was able to make it into this area.
All right.
But for the most part, it's very limited access for the average citizen to get in here. They're going door to door, searching these homes, searching storm shelters. We met a family as they were coming out of their shelter, and they were just devastated. They said that their neighbors were pounding on the door to get in as the tornado came in, and they didn't have the strength to open the door because the wind was so devastating. They don't know what happened to their neighbors.
And Lance, we want to verify this again. You're telling us that 75 children were in class when that storm hit Plaza Towers, and they believe those 75, they're searching for all of them right now. Is that correct?
That is what I'm being told by one of the rescuers here on the scene, that there were 75 people inside that building in the hallway, which was the secure place, the safe environment, the tornado shelter, if you will. But the walls are gone, cinder block walls that are 8 inches thick, and the roof is completely gone. It basically looks like it just collapsed in on itself, and there are search and rescue personnel on top of this 10-foot mountain of debris going through the pile, screaming for victims. So we're not anything, but we can only hope that they can search and that they continue to yield some positive results.
Absolutely.
And we do need some hopeful news, and you did tell us, for those just joining us, we're talking about the Plaza Towers Elementary School. 75 children and staff members believed to be in the school when the tornado hit. They were sheltering in the hallway, which was deemed their safe spot. There is no safe spot above ground for an F5 if this turns out to be that. But Lance, you were saying that you saw at least one child who came out of the debris and was hugging a parent or somebody. Is that correct?
That is correct. A young man, probably about...
Okay, well, that's a good sign, Lance, if they were all there together.
Loaded. I told you about that Jeep, that four-wheel drive. She's being loaded into that Jeep right now very gingerly, and she will be taken out of here. Also talked to a gentleman by the name of Pat Smith. He has a child in the school. Pulled his child out 10 minutes before the tornado hit, and then came back to help in the search and rescue efforts. And he told me that they pulled out 30 kids alive, but the search continues for even more.
All right.
Okay, so you're saying of the 75 who were sheltered in that school, 30 were pulled out alive? Is that what you're saying?
I do know that there were 30 pulled out. I don't know if there's still 75 more in there or if we can subtract those 30, but I was told that there were some 75 in that area when the storm hit.
All right. Be very careful with this information. Yes.
Right. All right,
yeah,
Lance.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to continue to get more information from the folks out here. This is all very preliminary.
Right. Lance, we appreciate your effort as a parent yourself, and those parents like us watching it is a very difficult assignment that our Lance West has right now, but nothing compared to what those families are going through at this point.
Adam Mertz is on the scene as well in a different part of Moore. Let's go back to him right now. Adam?
Yeah, Linda, we're at Orr Family Farm, and I just spoke to a couple people who've been out here, and they say that some people were able to make it to a basement in one of the houses over here, but there were a lot of people who had to ride out this storm incredibly. They rode it out inside of these horse stalls, and one of those people that did this, Lando Height, Lando, describe for me the moments that this tornado came through here and what was going on.
Well, you know, it was all windy and stuff before the tornado came. I had no idea it was coming. It was just figured it was just like yesterday, you know, a big storm coming, and then all of a sudden it went quiet. And when it did that, being from Oklahoma, I came outside to see, and I seen debris flying over that way, and I thought I might have had a little while. So I tried to let some of the horses get, you know, loose and free out of their stalls so they'd have a chance. I didn't have very long at all, and I jumped into one of the stalls here, and that's what these here used to be, and they collapsed over on top of me, and sat a pickup truck on top of it, and it pushed it down this here cement way, and you know, it was just unbearably loud, and you could see stuff flying everywhere, just about like on the movie Twister, you know.
So you jumped into a stall, and how far did this push you? I mean, where'd you start off and where'd you end up?
Oh, approximately 100 feet it pushed us or so. I don't know if the camera can hit it or not, but there you see the back of a red pickup truck, Dodge Ram, sitting down the shed row there. And it pushed us approximately about 100 yards. It just slid us down the cement here. You know,
And was it just you in there?
It was just me. As far as I know, I was the only one over here in this barn. So far, it seems to be there's one person unaccounted for from in this barn. Everybody else, you know, was either already gone for the day or stayed over in a different barn. But you know, I stay here with the horses all the time. I'm an exercise rider, and I'm also the caretaker for Mark Lee.
Well, and that's the thing. If we could walk over here, you were telling me that this right here is basically where you lived.
Yeah.
So you not only worked here, this is where you lived.
Yes. You know, they used to have the saddles and everything over here. These were tack rooms, and this tack room here is where I used to live at. Here, you know, as you can see my belongings, and then a couple fans for in the shed row, and you know, it's lost everything.
What's going through your mind right now? I mean, you just survived something that that a lot of people probably wouldn't. You were outside when this happened. You've lost everything. I mean, like, has it even set in yet? I mean, how are people out here? How are they doing?
Well, the main thing is the horses. You know, it's these horses. You know, it's these horses are what bring us our meals every day, what bring us our place to sleep, and we might have one horse left out of all of them, and you know.
Well, and that's the thing when you look out here. Describe for people what it looked like before. I mean, what would we have been looking at out here?
Well, basically, if you take a look at this here barn, there was 4 of them, one here, one down there, one right there, and another one down there.
So what we're looking at here is what the barns used to look like. This, and there were, I believe, 6 of those out here is what I was told.
Yes, and then this was the racetrack, and there was approximately 80 head of horses or so stabled at this facility.
So, so where we're standing now would have been one of those stalls.
Yes,
there.
where we were standing is, as you look right here, each little spot, there was from here to that what used to be a stall door. There was, you know, 2 stalls right there, and on each side of these were stalls all the way down on every barn. And
well, Lando, I do appreciate your time, and certainly if you need anything, we'll be out here, all right? And just holler, all right? But again, when you look at this, there really is nothing much left out here. Like I said, the Orr family told me that they were able to get inside their house. It's a 3-level house with a basement, so the family members, they were able to get down there. They tell me that they rent out these stalls, so that's why they really don't know how many people may have been out here at the time that this tornado came through here, because people kind of come and go as they please. So again, people like Lando, who is out here, he works out here, he lives out here, honestly had no idea that this tornado was coming. It was just his, like, a sixth sense, where he noticed that, you know, everything got quiet and immediately reacted to that. And Linda, Kevin, it more than likely saved his life.
Yeah, well, obviously the case, but we've been on the air since 2:30 giving live broadcasts on the progress of that storm. So please keep in mind that if you know someone in one of these areas affected, please call them and let them know. For some reason, they might not be watching television, may not be alerted. It's critical that people have this information so that they can seek cover. Obviously, he did, but many others did not.
75 to 100 horses killed out there on that farm.
We need to update the the Plaza Towers Elementary as well.
All right, we've been watching KFOR's coverage there in Oklahoma City, and got a new tornado warning to tell you about that is well off to the south and west of Dallas and Fort Worth, but cells developing now south and west of Dallas and Fort Worth. So we're going to want to keep our eyes on this. And